Hey, welcome to The Guide. I'm Yo.
I'm Will.
And we're here to give you a quick review of The Hunger Games, one of the biggest movie debuts so far in 2012.
Well, it's at $150 million right now,
It debuted
right?
at $155 million over the weekend. Biggest debut by far. Number 3 all time. Only Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 2, and The Dark Knight have done better on their opening weekend. And it's the highest debut for a non-sequel of all time.
Now, why do you think that is? Because I know a lot of people seeing it are involved with the book series, but there's people
You've never read the books.
I've never read the books.
You thought this was going to be about the fast food wars.
Yeah,
didn't you?
exactly. I had
you
no
thought
idea.
It was going to be like Burger King, Wendy's all in an arena throwing down.
Yeah, when I first heard the name, the title Hunger Games, I just didn't expect a ruthless action movie, but I was pleasantly surprised. I think
it's pretty intense. Of course, the book itself is very dark, bleak, and very graphically violent and intense. Now, the movie somewhat less so, because they went for a PG-13 rating. If they would have been as true to the book as they could have been, easily would have been a rated R movie, not unlike Battle Royale, which came out a long time ago but has a similar premise. Anyway, so it's rated PG-13, but still pretty intense movie. It doesn't show a lot of the gore that's in the book, but the violence is still pretty gritty. However, the shaky camera effect is used well in this movie. Early on, I was a little nervous, but they kind of settled down and they used it mostly for the action scenes. And then there's a lot of quick cuts and stuff, so you never really see the killing blows per se.
But it's
there's
all
no
implied.
doubt. But there's no doubt as to what's happening. So the story matter, the subject matter of the story is, like I said, it's kind of dark, it's kind of bleak. It's all about, this totalitarian government who's reminding all the subjugated districts that they are being subjugated by forcing them to have a tribute, which would be a child somewhere between the age of 9 to about 24, participate in basically gladiator type games where they all try to kill each other, and the one victor is the one who lives. And then the story is about this young woman named Katniss and how she doesn't want to do that. All she wants to do is take care of her family, and she gets picked for this, and how does she survive, so on and so forth. So interesting idea. A lot of people talk about how it compares to the short story The Lottery, or the story The Most Dangerous Game, or the movie The Running Man. It has a lot of those types of themes without Arnold.
And too bad they didn't get Arnold
Could
for
you
that.
imagine the Hunger Games with Arnold Schwarzenegger in there? You are not hungry anymore.
Fighting all these kids.
Fighting all the kids. Yeah, he's not in it. It would have been an entirely different movie if he'd been in it.
It would have been double box office price if Arnold was in it.
Can you imagine? The Governator. Anyway, one of the themes of the book and the movie is where do we find hope when it seems like there's nothing worthwhile to hope in? And unfortunately, in the movie and the book, it almost seems like, you just hope and hope. That's all you have. Hope for hope's sake. It's the best you can do.
Right.
And that's a very bleak outlook on life. You need more than just hope and hope, because that's really hope and nothing substantial.
Yeah, and with the Hunger Games, it implies this notion that you have to save yourself,
right,
and that there's no other option.
There is no, it's all up to you. Of course, as Christians, we talk about a hope that doesn't disappoint, a hope that we can count on because it lasts, because it's sustainable, because it's never going to change. We're talking about hope in Jesus Christ. We can hope in Him because He's proved Himself to be eternal. He's proved Himself to be reliable. He's fulfilled every promise He's ever made. He is the only one who's conquered sin and death. So we have hope in something that will not disappoint us and gives us something worthwhile to hope in. That's why we can have hope even in the dark times that we live in. We're not fighting each other yet in the arena, but even if we did, we would still have hope in something better. It wouldn't be just a hope to sustain me through this. It's really nothing substantial, but it's the best I can do. And so it's a bleak outlook in the books, but it does give us an opportunity to talk with people. Where is your hope?
Right, yeah.
Do you have more hope than Katniss? Because let's be honest, she really doesn't have a whole lot. So now the movie itself, good adaptation of the book. If you're a fan of the book, I think you'll enjoy the movie. But I say adaptation specifically because not everything from the book, of course, made it into the movie.
Right.
There are some changes made from the book to the movie, but I think all of them serve the story well, to be able to tell this story well on the big screen, which is hard to do with books.
So what would you give a general rating of it, taking into the fact that the viewers are probably half educated on the story and half not.
Well, I think it's a well enough made movie that anyone can enjoy it. I've talked to some people who aren't fans of the book, and they enjoyed the movie just as much as fans. If you've read the book, some of the pieces will fall into place a little bit better for you because you'll be able to fill in details that aren't in the movie because you've read the book. But anyone can enjoy it. I would give it a strong 5 out of 7. I mean, it is pretty violent.
Right, yeah.
It has a very bleak worldview and outlook. And there's a few editing choices and whatnot that weren't the best, but it's a well-made movie, and I think it's going to be probably one of the biggest movies of the year. But yeah, strong 5 out of 7. If you'd like to check out why I say that, you can always visit GameAndMovieGuide.com to read our full review of The Hunger Games, or you can follow us on Facebook.
Yeah, you can go to Facebook.com/Game and Movie Guide, or if you're on Google Plus, look for us there.
So now that you know that the movie's a huge success, does it make you want to go and read the book, even though you don't read books?
No. Okay. It makes me want to go see the movie, but...
You're just glad the movie's out so you don't have to read the book.
That's just a lot of work to read books just to go to a movie,
And that's why we have movies.
Exactly.